Hi, I'm Leo. I'm 32. And last month, I realized I was dating someone who thought I was a placeholder. I learned it not through a fight, not through a confession, but from a story she posted to her close friends on Instagram while I was standing at a jeweler's counter buying her a $3,250 necklace. Let me take you back. I was what you might call a planner. I planned my finances, my career, my vacations, my future, and I had our 4th anniversary planned to the minute. Maya, 29, charming, funny, cultured, had been my girlfriend for just over 4 years. We'd weathered the usual growing pains and petty arguments, but for the most part, things felt solid. Or so I thought. I'd booked a dinner reservation at an exclusive tasting menu spot Maya had once called bucket list level. I'd saved for months to buy her the exact sapphire pendant she'd been not so subtly hinting at by sending me links and brochures with highlighter marks. It was 4 p.m. I arrived at the jeweler right on time. The necklace sparkled under the soft lights, perched delicately on a velvet tray. The salesperson, an older woman with kind eyes and red lipstick, was writing up the warranty. I felt proud. Genuinely proud. I'd done it right. Then my phone buzzed in my pocket. At first I thought it was Maya, maybe asking when I'd be home, maybe teasing me about whether I'd remembered to shave for dinner. I pulled it out. Instagram notification. New story from Maya, close friends. Huh. Close friends? I didn't even realize I was still on that list. She must have added me forever ago and forgot. I tapped it. It was a mirror selfie. Maya halfway through her makeup routine, her lips pursed in mock frustration. The caption read, "Anniversary dinner tonight. Ugh. Stuck with boring boyfriend. Pray for me. Need a real one to take me to Willow Creek already." Willow Creek, the spa resort she'd been begging me to take her to for months. My blood didn't boil. My heart didn't drop. It just stopped. Like a piano note that hangs too long in the silence after. Stuck. Boring. I read it again. And again. And there I was, standing in a jewelry store, holding a $3,000 pendant like an idiot who thought he mattered. "Sir?" the salesperson said gently. "You've gone a bit pale. Are you all right?" I tucked my phone away. My hand was actually trembling, just slightly. "I just got some news," I said. "I'm so sorry. I can't buy this today." She blinked in surprise but nodded. "Of course. Is everything okay?" "No," I said, offering the fakest smile I've probably ever given. "But it will be." I walked out. The mall air felt hot and wrong. I sat in my car, keys in hand, for a full 10 minutes, breathing. I wasn't angry. Not yet. I was just done. Like some switch had clicked inside me. Cold. Final. Permanent. Then I opened my phone again. First, I pulled up the dinner reservation. Cancelled it. Took the $100 cancellation fee on the chin. Whatever. Worth it. Next, I opened the Willow Creek Spa website, the one she was always accidentally leaving open on my laptop. Friday to Sunday. Executive King Suite with the fireplace and soaking tub. The exact one she had circled in the magazine and left on the coffee table. Non-refundable. Booked it. $2,200. Amex. Then I checked the time. 4:30. She'd be at her apartment, probably getting ready. We didn't live together, not officially. She stayed over a lot, but we kept our own places. And that was about to matter more than ever. I drove home. Packed a weekend bag like I was going on a vacation, because I was. The noise-canceling headphones, my nicest swim trunks, the good shaving kit, 2 golf polos, cologne, phone charger. I took my time. At 6 p.m., I got on the highway and headed north. I didn't text her. I didn't call. I didn't even look at her Instagram again. By 8:15 p.m., I was checking into the suite at Willow Creek. The lobby smelled like cedarwood and expensive soap. I posted a picture of my old-fashioned and the fireplace to my real Instagram, the one she followed. I made sure the resort's name was geotagged. Let her put 2 and 2 together. At 8:30 p.m., my phone rang. Maya. I let it ring. Then it rang again. And again. And then came the text. "Leo? The restaurant just called. Did you cancel our reservation? This isn't funny. I'm all dressed up. Leo, where are you? I was 3 bites into a perfectly medium rare ribeye when she sent. Are you seriously standing me up? On our anniversary? So I answered. What the hell, Leo? She shrieked. You went to Willow Creek? Without me? I took a sip of my drink. Seemed like a nice place. I needed to unwind. You booked the suite I wanted. That's our suite. Our trip. Didn't sound like you were looking forward to spending time with your boring boyfriend, I said calmly. I figured I'd do you a favor and let you off the hook. Dead silence. Then a choked little. What post? Your close friend's story. The one where you said you were stuck with me and needed a real one to take you here. Her voice broke. Leo, baby, that was a joke. It was just a joke from my friends. You weren't even supposed to see that. So it's my fault for seeing it? She switched tactics fast. You're ruining our anniversary over a stupid post? No, Maya. You ruined it. I just made different plans. She screamed that she was getting in her car. I'm coming up there right now. I wouldn't bother, I said. Reservations under my name. 1 person. No guests. You're a psycho, she yelled. Don't hang up on me, Leo. But I already had. I blocked her number. Then I blocked her on every app. And I finished my steak. In silence. In peace. Next morning, I booked a massage and 18 holes. It was the best anniversary I never had. When I got home Sunday night, the apartment was blissfully quiet. No foundation brushes on my counter, no stray earrings in my couch cushions, no fake laughing at whatever influencer she was watching on double speed. I closed the door behind me and just stood there for a second, breathing in the silence. I didn't turn my phone back on until halfway through my drive home from Willow Creek. The notifications lit up like a fireworks show. 32 missed calls from Maya. 18 from her best friend Alana. 5 from her mom. 2 from her sister. 100 unread texts, whiplash in paragraph form. Alana. Leo, you need to talk to her. She's a wreck. This is cruel. Then. Seriously, what is your problem? She's hysterical. Then. She said she's sorry? Are you really throwing away 4 years over this? And finally. You're an immature jerk. She deserves better. Spoiler alert, she's about to get the chance to find it. On Monday, I started getting my ducks in a row. 1-party consent state for recordings? Check. Lease? In my name only. Double-checked. Utilities? All mine. Her name wasn't on a damn thing. She wasn't a tenant. She was a very persistent guest. One with a key I had stupidly given her 6 months ago, for emergencies. Monday night, I got my first clue she'd show up eventually. She used her key and let herself in. I was in the kitchen, stacking turkey on a sandwich, when the front doors slammed and a familiar hurricane of boots and rage blew in. You're just here making a sandwich? She shrieked, mascara smeared and eyes red. Yeah, I said. I was hungry. You blocked me. You blocked everyone. You disappeared for 3 days after you humiliated me. You humiliated yourself, I said, chewing calmly. I just chose not to participate. It was a joke, she shrieked again. That word was doing overtime lately. A stupid, silly joke for Alana. You weren't even supposed to be on that account. You were spying on me. You added me, I said. 2 years ago. You forgot. That's not spying. That's you being sloppy. Her face changed. I saw it, the shift. Tears gone. Her voice softened, syrupy. But our anniversary, she whimpered. I know you had a gift. The necklace, the sapphire one I sent you the link for. I thought this was the moment. Oh yeah, I nodded. I was holding it in my hand when I saw your post. Salesperson was right in front of me. Her face cracked. Not just hurt, horror. Horror at the price tag that slipped through her fingers. You didn't buy it? She asked, voice barely above a whisper. Nope. Walked out. Used the money for my trip. Which, by the way, was excellent. The spa? 10 out of 10. Something in her snapped. You're a monster, she hissed. You did this just to punish me. No, I said. I did it for me. I realized I didn't want to give a $3,000 necklace to someone who thinks I'm boring. Seemed like a bad investment. She screamed. Just full volume banshee shriek. The relationship is over, Maya. I want you to get your stuff and go. You're kicking me out? Are you kidding me? I live here. You don't, I said. Your name's not on the lease. You're a guest. Your stay is over. This is my home. It's my apartment. Half this stuff is mine. Then it'll be easy for you to find it and pack. The law says you have to give me notice. 30 days, I said. Though honestly, I'd prefer you gone by the weekend. She stomped into the guest room and slammed the door hard enough to knock a picture off the wall. 2 seconds later, I could hear her sobbing into her phone, wailing to Alana about what a cold-blooded psycho I was. I put my plate in the dishwasher and went to bed. The next day was worse. She stayed in the guest room, emerging only to passive-aggressively slam cabinets, mutter, "Bastard," and, "Wow, classy," every time I passed. On Wednesday, I came home from work and the apartment wasn't just tense, it was full. Maya was crying on the couch. Alana was rubbing her back like they were filming a bad Netflix breakup scene. And Alana's dopey boyfriend Ben was sitting in my armchair like he owned it. "Leo," Alana said, rising to her feet like she was a therapist ready to fix me. "We need to talk." "No," I said. "You need to leave." "Whoa," Ben said, hands up. "We're just trying to mediate. Maya is hurting." "This isn't a mediation, Ben," I said. "It's trespassing. Maya was told to leave. You're all trespassing. Leave." "See?" Maya wailed. "He's ice cold. He won't even talk. She made one stupid post." Alana snapped. "You're throwing her out over that?" "First of all," I said, "it wasn't one post. It was her actual opinion of me. Second, she's 29. She has a job. She can call a broker. Like an adult." Ben leaned forward, voice gentle. "You embarrassed her, man. You really did. Posting that picture from Willow Creek? That was a low blow." I laughed. Loud. Harsh. I embarrassed her? She called me a boring boyfriend in a public story. Wish for another man. I took myself on a weekend trip. I didn't cheat. I didn't scream. I just left. And now you're all in my home telling me how to feel about it. You're a controlling a-hole. Alana sneered. Maya's right. Cool, I said. Now get out. They left in a flurry of stomps and glares. Maya stayed. Because of course she did. Let herself right back in using the key. That was the moment I realized, this needed to end fast. Friday morning, I started the paperwork. Talked to a lawyer. Got confirmation, 30-day written notice, or cash for keys to speed it up. I was considering it. Then I opened my Amex app. Pending charge. Thursday, 3:14 p.m. Same jewelry store. $3,250. No. No. She didn't. She couldn't have. She did. She'd used my card, the one she had as an authorized user for groceries, and bought the necklace herself. While squatting in my apartment. This wasn't just entitlement. This was fraud. And I was done playing nice. You ever have that moment where something clicks in your brain, like a fuse blows and instead of fire, it's just cold clarity? That was me, standing in my kitchen, staring at a $3,250 charge on my Amex from the same jeweler I had walked away from just days before. Except this time, it wasn't me holding the pendant. It was Maya. She'd gone back. Used my card. Bought the exact necklace I was going to give her, the one she posted about before our anniversary, mocking me. And she was probably wearing it while sitting in my guest room like a squatter. I called the credit card company immediately. Hi, I need to report a stolen card and a fraudulent charge. Stolen, sir, or was this someone authorized? She was authorized for groceries and emergencies. I revoked that authorization in every way except formally. I'm doing that now. The charge was flagged. Her card was deactivated on the spot. Then I called the jewelry store. Spoke to the manager. Explained everything, that my ex had used my card without permission, told them it was a pre-approved gift, and that I had filed a fraud report. She told us it was your anniversary gift, the manager said, voice tight with discomfort. She said you were busy and sent her to pick it up. She lied, I said. If the necklace isn't returned today, I will be pressing charges. I hung up. Heart pounding. Walked straight to the guest room. Didn't knock. Opened the door. She was sitting on the bed, on her laptop, wearing the necklace. And the look on her face when she saw me, like she just won the damn Super Bowl. Happy anniversary to me, she said, fingering the sapphire. Since you were too cheap and too cruel to buy it yourself. Take it off, I said quietly. No, she said, leaning back like a queen on her throne. You owe me this. You humiliated me. You took our vacation without me. You owe me. I took a breath. I just got off the phone with Amex. The charge is flagged as fraud. Your card is cancelled. The store is expecting the necklace back. Today. She paled. Like full body drain of color pale. You wouldn't. You'd ruin my life over a necklace? No. You tried to steal from me. I'm giving you a choice. We go to the store now. You return the necklace, apologize to the manager, and walk away. Or I let the fraud investigation go forward. Your choice. Her voice went shrill. You're a psychopath. Get your coat, I said. She screamed all the way to the car. Called me controlling. Called me heartless. Called me an abuser. I turned on the voice recorder on my phone and let it run. It caught everything, including the part where she sobbed. Please, Leo. Don't make me do this. It's so embarrassing. You should have thought about that before you stole from me. At the jewelry store, she stood there red-faced and hiccuping as she handed the box to the manager. I am so sorry, she mumbled. There was a misunderstanding with the card. The manager didn't say a word to her. Just took it back and nodded at me. The car ride home was dead silent. When I parked, I didn't even look at her. I want you out by tomorrow, I said. End of day. All your things. Gone. Or I file for formal eviction, and I send the police the fraud report and the audio recording. She didn't speak. Just got out and ran inside. When I came up 10 minutes later, she was already rage packing. Throwing clothes into suitcases, knocking over lamps and picture frames like a tantruming toddler. The entitlement bubble had popped. And for the first time since she walked into my life, Maya was scared of consequences. The next day, she wasn't alone. Ben and Alana showed up in a U-Haul, glowering at me like I was the villain in a soap opera. Alana tried to shove past me with a box labeled bathroom stuff. You're lucky we even came, she hissed. You're trash. Good to know, I said, stepping aside. Don't break anything. The three of them raided the guest room like a demolition crew. Maya wouldn't make eye contact. She directed from a distance, voice trembling. When they left, the room looked like it had been looted. Makeup stains on the carpet. Empty water bottles. Crumbs. Random trash. Petty. Childish. Expected. I paid for a deep cleaning. Money well spent. I figured that was the end. But Maya wasn't quite done. Entitlement rarely dies with dignity. 12 days later, my building manager called. Hey, Leo. Weird question. We got an anonymous complaint that there's a strong chemical smell coming from your unit. Said it might be drug-related. I blinked. What? Yeah. I'm outside your door right now. No smell. I just have to do a formal 24-hour notice of inspection. Go in right now, I said. I'm at work. Nothing to hide. This is my ex. She's retaliating. He called me 5 minutes later. Place is spotless, Leo. Sorry for the hassle. I wasn't even mad. Just chilled. That was next level. An anonymous drug complaint? That could have wrecked my lease. My job. My life. But it still wasn't the grand finale. That came a few nights later. Around 10 p.m. Loud, aggressive banging on my door. I checked the peephole. 2 cops. My heart slammed against my ribs. My hands went up instinctively. She's done it, I thought. She said I hit her. She's playing the final card. I opened the door slowly. Sir, are you Leo? Yes, officer. What's going on? We received a call from a Miss Maya. She's downstairs. She stated you are refusing to return her personal property, namely a laptop and a locket belonging to her grandmother. I blinked. Then I almost laughed. She took everything. I watched her. Laptop included. She left a frayed charger cord plugged into the wall, that's all. The younger officer shifted. She also claims you've threatened her. Says she's afraid of you. Says you're unstable. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't get defensive. I just pulled out my phone. Here's the fraud claim I filed with Amex. And here. I hit play on the audio file. Is her voice, admitting what she did. Maya's voice crackled out. Please, Leo, don't make me return it. It's so embarrassing. I'll pay you back, I swear. I hate you. You're a psychopath. The officers exchanged a look. That's enough, sir, the older one said, rubbing his forehead. This is a civil matter. She'll need a lawyer if she believes she has a claim. If she refuses to leave, she'll be cited for loitering. I watched through the window as they approached her car, and there she was, red-faced in the passenger seat, Alana behind the wheel. Maya erupted, shouting and flailing. The officer just pointed. They peeled off down the street, tires squealing. And that, finally, was it. The ghost was gone. I turned off my phone, locked the door, and poured myself a drink. I hadn't just ended a relationship. I'd survived a war. It's been a month since Maya sped off in Alana's car with 2 cops behind her. The chaos finally stopped, or maybe I just stopped letting it in. The apartment is quiet now. Not haunted, not cold, just peaceful. My peace. Maya's final act of desperation came 2 days later. A new number texted. You'll be sorry. You'll never find anyone better than me. I blocked it. No response. No drama. Just silence. That's all I ever wanted, really. I thought that would be the end. But like clockwork, one more ripple rolled in, her mom. Janice. Sweet, syrupy Janice. Leo, dear, she said like she was calling from a southern drama. I don't know what happened, but Maya's just heartbroken. She said you kicked her out over a silly, silly joke. Janice. I cut in. Your daughter didn't make a joke. She posted about how embarrassed she was to spend time with me. Then, after I broke up with her, she used my card to buy herself a $3,000 necklace. Silence. She said you gave her the card. For groceries. Not revenge jewelry. I filed a fraud report. I have an audio recording of her admitting everything. Click. Janice never called back. And now, it's done. I got the locks changed. Paid for deep cleaning. Went through every room to make sure she didn't leave surprises. One frayed charging cable and a dried-out mascara wand were all that remained. Maya moved back in with her parents. A mutual friend said she's telling people she needed a break from toxic city energy. Translation: no rent, no friends left, no lifestyle to uphold. Not without someone else's wallet. I looked at my bank account this morning. The $3,250 I didn't spend on the necklace. The $2,200 I did spend on the resort. A net loss, technically, but it bought me something priceless. Freedom. $5,450 was the cost of peace, self-respect, and the end of a relationship that only looked good in pictures. I kept the Venmo notification she once used to split pizza. It sits there in my history like a museum artifact. A reminder of what I tolerated for too long. And maybe, just maybe, a reminder not to ignore what people say when they think you're not listening. I'm planning a new trip. Iceland, maybe? Somewhere cold. Somewhere Maya's never heard of. This time, just me, my boots, and the northern lights. No story posts. No jewelry. Just silence. And I've never loved the sound of it more.